But Jesus says in John 14:30, paraphrasing the entire context, what he says is, the prince of this world will come to me when I'm on the cross to tempt me. That's the opportune time. He's coming to me when I'm on the cross, and he's going to tempt me, but he doesn't have anything in me. His temptation will be powerless to take me from rest. His temptation will not be able to give birth to lust in my heart. His temptation will not be able to get me to take up my own life. His accusations will not be able to conceive lust in my heart. The death he brings against me won't be able to get me to take up my life. The reason it won't be able to get me to take up my life is because I see the world doesn't have life in itself to give me. So what good would it be for me to actually take up my life and gain every good thing the world has to give me when that can't give me life anyway? So his temptation won't be able to convince me because I'll look at the good the world can offer and I'll see that even should I gather all of that to myself, it can't satisfy my desire for life. So why would I take up my life? The devil doesn't have anything in me because the Father is my treasure. I'm beholding everything I desire in the Father. I see the substance of the life I long for in the Father, not in the world. How can he convince me to take up the life I have from the world when the life that I want is in the Father and the life that I've had with the Father from the beginning? Rather, I'm going to take up that life, the life I see in the Father, or rather, I'm going to let that life take me up. He's raised from the dead. I see the Father, his weapon, the weapon of his warfare, the snare, the trap he's going to lay for me at the cross. It won't have anything in me because I see the love the Father has in his eyes towards me. He's going to try and tell me the Father's not filled with integrity towards my life, but I see the love in the Father's eyes for me. I see the Father is with me, and I see it's his good pleasure to give me the life I long for and give me everything he has in himself as a gift. So please, come try and tell me that God is far from me. He's even in me. I don't care what you do to me, you could never convince me God isn't in me. You could nail me to a tree. I promise you I won't like how that feels. And I'm not saying I desire to be nailed to a tree. But I can tell you this one thing I know, that being nailed to that tree could never convince me God was far. It could never convince me that God had abandoned me. Because I've seen the Spirit of life. The Spirit has come and dwelled inside of me and guided me into the truth that is Jesus. And I see that when the world said the Father had abandoned Jesus and left Jesus at the cross, I see that the Father was with Jesus, even in Jesus, and that the Father raised Jesus from the dead by his Spirit of life. And I will see that same thing in me. Hallelujah. That's the faith that was the power behind Jesus' ability to endure temptation. What I just described. In that faith, the way it resisted temptation or endured temptation was it produced the fruit of patience in Jesus. And that patience that the life of God produced in him, it kept his heart from lust being conceived in him. Patience kept him from lusting after life. He saw the life he longed for in the Father, and that brought forth the fruit of patience in him and kept him from trying to take up his own life.